Hello everybody and a big welcome to a cEDH TV gameplay video with me and Pontus as usual, joined by our guests, Rhetoric and Joel.
What's up?
Yo guys.
Once again, I'm playing nixilis, Captive Kingpin. So Moxfield is not updated yet. This is a leaked card, so we don't have it yet. So Croxa is the commander inside the decklist. But once this is updated, I will replace him. This is in just a general Ad Nauseam Underworld Breach Rakdos deck, so to say, with a really cool value engine from the commander zone.
My deck just inspired by Dio, so good stuff. Rainbow has all the win cons you can imagine in a rainbow good stuff sort of deck. So we've got Breach, we've got Thoracle, all that good stuff.
I'm trying out a new brew of TNT. It's not actually new, but it's trying out some like Tyvar tech and a bit more of like an evolution approach to the deck. Don't know if it's good, but I'm trying it.
Some typical Thasos Oracle and Demonic Consultation line. Together we are also playing Ad Nauseam.
And with that, let's take a look at some opening hands.
Got some interaction, not much though for Force of Negation. I mean, it's tempting because I can get at least 2 mana and also hold up that silence, maybe with Dovin's Veto. But then we don't have anything with Abrupt Decay. So this, that's really tough. Don't know. I kind of want to, just because of Crypt and from the fast mana, it's really tempting. But no, I'm going to pitch it. We are going first. So Gemstone Caverns could not be a friend, but we do have an Esper Sentinel, so that could be helpful. We still have Underworld Breach. Yeah, I think what we'll do is keep this just because I really don't want to go down further with these two. Dockside's really good, especially for like turbo-y decks I may be up against. So I'm going to go ahead and pitch not Gemstone Caverns because I could use it for Draenith. I'm going to pitch Finhorn Elves. Ugh, that feels bad. All right, let's go ahead and move that to the bottom library and keep the 6.
Okay, let's see. We do have a gemstone, which is nice. So what I don't like with it is that it doesn't either turn 1 Malcolme or a way to have a big card engine online. So I will mulligan this. We do have Thasos Oracle, but we don't have Tainted Pacts, sadly. Else we could aim for a turn 2 win. But it has a little bit of a problem that we will either cost a turn 2 Tymna, and we cannot cost a turn 1 Malcolme, and we want to go faster than that. So I will probably mulligan down to 6 here. So here we don't have any land, so this is a no keep. Still do not have a turn 1 Malcolme. Let's see, how much mana can we have by our turn 2? We could play a land and a Mox Diamond and a Talisman. Then we have 3, so go down to 4. And here we don't have any ramp. Let's go down even deeper. This would have been interesting if we had just 1 land. Sadly we don't. Sadly this don't have it, so we go down to 2. And it's not great, but it's probably the one we are going to keep, sadly. Might have been a little bit greedy and should kept one of the other ones, but sometimes you go greedy, so let's try this out and keep 2 lands over here.
This hand is really interesting. So we have a Mana Vault and an Ad Nauseam and a land in our hand. The problem is that we only have a land that taps for red and we don't have a second land. If we would have like 2 black sources of lands, we would have a turn 2 Ad Nauseam or even a turn 2 commander, depending on what we want. However, we have a Urza's Bubble and we just need to have a land that taps for black in the top 3 cards to have a turn 2 commander with his hand. So this is a hand you can keep. This is a hand you can gamble on. However, I am not really into keeping hands that are risky. And this is first 7. We can find a much more safer hand. Like this is a hand that can get it, but there's just a risk that we're gonna sit in top deck and never get it. So we're gonna mulligan. Adnos really wanna stay in our hand apparently. So we have a Simian Spirit Guide, Everflowing Chalice, Cabal Ritual, Adnos, and 1 land only. If it had a second land, we could have had a turn 2 commander, guaranteed. We're not that far away from having an Adnos though either, because if we have a second land, we have a turn 2 Adnos. Once again, like this is absolutely a hand you can keep, but it's not safe. It's a hand that can fail, because if we don't top deck a land, we won't be able to resolve properly our commander and neither the Adnos. And we're still on 7. I don't like to gamble here, so we're gonna go to the 6. And there we go. Like, this is ultra good. Like, sold, done, perfect. This is what we want to have. We're gonna bottom the Chain of Mistopheles. So we have a turn 1 mana crypt into a turn 1 Wishclaw Talisman. We could even activate the Wishclaw Talisman when I think about it, but we're not really gonna do that. However, we have a turn 2 commander as well, keeping the Wishclaw Talisman around. And then we have a Jeska's Will, like we have Lightning Bolt if someone actually puts a Draenei Magistrate into play. So with a turn 1 commander, Wishclaw Talisman, Jeska's Will, and yeah, this is great. Perfect. I'm so happy I mulliganed down to this. Now let's start the match.
All right, draw a card for turn. Scrublands, tap Scrubland for Esper Sentinel. If that is good, I will pass turn.
Taking my turn. Draw. Playing this fetch land and passing my turn.
Take my turn. Land for turn will be this City of Brass. I'll tap it, take damage to cast this Burst of Paradise, and then pass my turn.
I'm gonna go to my turn, draw a card. Huh, that's good. I'm gonna cast a Mana Crypt. Esper Sentinel may draw a card. I'm gonna shock into play a Blood Crypt, losing 2 life. I'm gonna cast a Chrome Mox, imprinting a Lightning Bolt, because I don't see a Draenei Magistrate into play, so we are going to get our commander into play, my Nixilis Captive Kingpin.
I have an answer. Crack my fetch land and fetch for an Underground Sea.
That is very clever. But I do see a City of Brass over there, so I think I will have some triggers. And here I pass the turn.
Take my turn. We will put in this Arid Mesa. Very sad that I have to do this, but you'll see why I will pay a life.
I will trigger and exile the top card. Oh, no! Wait! I can cast it! I can cast it on my turn! But I can't trigger it on the same turn. But I can cast it. All will be one. Exile.
Can't you attack with your commander?
You are
That doesn't
welcome.
count?
You are...
It has to be specifically 1 damage. My commander currently hits for 5. But if Pontus taps his City of Brass after this thing is in play, I will win the game.
Shock and Steam Vents. Take 2 damage. I will play Draenei. There is the Draenei. So I think, does that shut off what you're trying to do once?
It stops, and I have a exiled Lightning Bolt on their Chrome Mock.
Now, I was smiling off cam when you said that, so... Pass turn.
Draw a card. I will cast this Scrubland as the turn.
Go to my turn. Land for turn is this Underground Sea. Tap 2 to cast this Talisman of Creativity and trigger Nixilis.
I will exile a land. Haha, kind of funny. I can actually get this into... So my Obelisk allows me to actually play cards, while Draenei Magistrate prevents me from casting cards. So I can actually play the land here. That's kind of funny.
You may draw off your Esper. Then I will tap 2 for a Felwar Stone, and with that, I'll tap it for blue and cast this Mystic Remora. Then I will pass my turn.
I will go to my turn, untap. Heads is damage. Tails, no damage from the Mana Crypt. I will play this land here, and I will sacrifice it, finding a bad land. It's very sad, but we're fine. We could cast Wishclaw Talisman here, on the other hand, but we don't have mana enough to follow up with it afterwards. Together with, like, we can find removal with the Wishclaw, then we can't cast All Will Be One, so that's kind of bad too, because we don't really want to give our opponent's ability to cast their commanders yet. Giving Pontus a card draw, though, is going to happen eventually anyways. And I can pay for the Esper Sentinel. So I think we're just gonna cast the Wishclaw Talisman and hold back. I am gonna cast this Wishclaw Talisman, not paying for Mystic Remora. Mystic Remora can draw a card, but I am paying for the Esper Sentinel trigger. Then I would like to go to combat, and a way to remove Draenei is to punch it out of the game by killing the player. So I'm attacking you with a 6 flying trample in the air. Rhetoric.
No blocks.
Pass turn.
Move to my next turn. Misty Rainforest. Pay life.
Trigger boss. Land. Oh, nice. A land. I'm happy.
Up Island into play for a Dockside.
No response.
We will crack 4 and cast our commander. I will also pay 2 life. Yeah, for the Phyrexian cost of Omnath. Yeah, we're going to attack you with Esper and Draenei, I think.
Yep, I'll take 2 damage.
Pass turn.
Draw a card. Cast this Talisman. You may draw. I'm gonna pass to you, good sir, Lord Pontus.
Untap. Upkeep. I will pay for fish. Move to draw step. Draw a card. Tap black to cast a Dark Ritual. You may draw. Dark Ritual resolves. I have 3 black. I'll use 2 of them and tap this Birds of Paradise to cast a Rustic Study. To cast this Bloom Thunder. I'll pass my turn.
Draw a card for turn. I'm gonna sacrifice this land to search my library, finding a basic mountain. I wanna move to combat. He's now hitting for 7, so boom at Rhetoric for 7 in the air.
Yeah, sure.
Pass the turn.
All right, so we're at the end of Mons' turn. We could Worldly Tutor to get something interesting. I may get Ranger Captain because with Underworld Breach, I can recast Dockside if I need to, if I were able to sack it in some way. And I could also get a Monkey. So I'm thinking we have some possibilities here. I could also just get Thassa's Oracle and cast that later on by doing the Underworld Breach or Lion's Eye Diamond line. So I think it makes sense to go ahead and just use the Enlightened Tutor first to do that and see what happens. Because we could play Breach, then we could play Lion's Eye Diamond, start doing the loops and things like that. However, we need to hold up Flusterstorms. But I think if we go ahead and get Breach online and then do the discard, we may be okay and play Enlightened Tutor.
Trigger fish, trigger Rustic.
You can draw. I will find Lion's Eye Diamond and put it on the top of my library. Tap Tropical Island, making a blue, and then move through the phase so that it becomes black. All right, look at the top right. After that trigger, I'll put in stuff like Coliseum for Underworld Breach. We will pay for Ristic with the black mana that I have.
Draw for fish. I will respond. Pact, targeting the breach. Not paying for Esper Sentinel.
Tap 1 for Flusterstorm.
You lose a life because of that, so my commander grows and exile a Lotus Petal.
Trigger fish, trigger Rustic.
Go ahead.
I will draw 2. No response to Flusterstorm. Swans in the breach.
That will trigger you taking a damage. So I will exile a Urabrask.
Yeah, that resolves. Bye, Breach.
You get the bird.
I'm going to play Chromox. You can draw from fish. I'm going to tap this. Nimble Instructionist underneath it. 4 cards in my hand, so I'll pass turn.
Draw a card. Pay 1 life, making Mon's creature bigger, and also exiling him a card.
Pyroblast, my collection.
Then I'm gonna tap for 2 more black, and I want to cast a Necropotence.
Trigger fish, trigger Rustic.
You may draw. Okay, so this is kind of interesting, because the more I pay, the more Mon's creature becomes bigger.
Yeah. I mean, there's also Pontus to worry about. Like, I mean, you have me becoming strong. At least means maybe Pontus needs to deal with me, so to say. I don't know. And Pontus might interact with me as well, then.
So I think I will pay like only 8 life to begin with.
That means I will he will grow by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I will exile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, it's a collection.
Then I go to my end step, and those 8 cards come to my hand. Let's see, discarding this Bola Citadel, Notion Thief, this land over here. And then it's Pontus' turn.
Pay for fish by tapping like this. Draw for turn. Land for turn will be this Ancient Tube. Tap it, take 2 damage to cast this Arcane Signet. You may draw. I'll tap 2 mana, Talisman of Progress. And after that, I will pass my turn.
I will go to my turn, heads is damage, tails no damage. I will untap. Kind of want to punch Pontus because it's Pontus and he has a lot of life to his Adnos, but Rhetoric, I'm coming at you with a, what is this? 17, 16 Flying Trample.
Flying Trample. Boo. Putting a tiny bird in front just to, say I tried.
However, very interesting thing is that if in before damage, I'm actually gonna give Wishclaw Talisman to Rhetoric, searching out a card from my library, finding this card right here, then proceeding to damage and boom, killing Rhetoric with commander damage. Because of this, Wishclaw Talisman will go back to its original position, so back to me tapped with 2 counters on it, so that's good for the future. I'm gonna cast a Conqueror's Flail. Not paying for Mystic Remora, but I am paying for Rhystic Study.
Sadly, I have to pass.
Pass on Conqueror's Flail.
Conqueror's Flail resolves. I will try to equip it to my boss.
No response.
Oh, okay. It is equipped. I'm gonna cast a Lotus Petal from my exiled zone, and Pontus can draw a card with everything, because from this point forward with the Flail, I don't think I care. Sacrifice this for a red mana. Play Mana Confluence as a land drop for the turn, tap it for red. This makes 2 red. And then from my hand with the 2 red, I'm gonna cast a Final Fortune, trying to take an extra turn, dying after that turn. Final Fortune resolves. I will go to my next turn, untap everything, heads is damage from the Mana Crypt. I take heads, 3 damage. And the cards here are now gone forever. So it's a little bit sad. Key cards we're losing are Urabrask and Firebrand Archer, but I think it's fine. Tap this to cast a Soul Ring, you can draw. Tap this, using the mana from the Soul Ring, giving this to Yuel. You have a Wishclaw Talisman, my friend. Finding this card right here. Cast Curse of Opulence. This is an enchantment that I'm gonna connect to Pontus. So whenever someone attacks Pontus, I create gold. Tap this, and cast a Jeska's Will.
So first we have a Ristic trigger. Am I good to draw? Yeah, I'm drawing for the other one as well. No response.
Again, 18 red mana. And I will exile 1, 2, 3 cards. Oh, lands, sad. And a Fellower Stone. Cast the Fellower Stone by using 2 red. 2 mana here, use those 2 black, and cast an Ad Nauseam.
Do I respond here? Yeah, I respond here. So in response, I will tap these 2 for 1 white, 1 colorless. I would like to channel Touch the Spirit Realm to exile your commander until end of turn.
That is a effect that goes through my Conqueror's Flail, and I don't have an interaction in my hand versus it, so yes, you can do this. It happens. My commander is exiled temporarily. This is ultra bad, because now my Conqueror's Flail is no longer attached to a creature.
In response to your Adnos, I'll tap my Bloom Tender for green-blue, leave a green floating, and dispel your Adnos.
Sadly, I have no response to this, so it happens. Good job. So I'm going to die at the end of this turn, so we're gonna do it even though the chance of getting win here is pretty low. I'm gonna cast Gamble, and this time I am paying for both Ristic Study and Fish because I have a lot of red mana. I have 1 card in my hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna find this card. So, discard a random. Oh, I discarded it! I got it! I'm gonna cast my Underworld Breach.
So, in response to my triggers, I will tap a blue to cast a Musical Tutor. I'll put this Mindbreak trap on top of my library. Ristic Study trigger.
He resolves the Ristic Study, I get the option to pay for them. So, I'm going to pay for them. I have 5 mana floating, I'm using all of them, paying for both.
Breach back on stack. Pay a green to cast this Veil of Summer. You cast a black spell this turn. So I would like for my spells to be uncounterable and draw a card.
You got it.
And then I will Mindbreak trap the Breach.
My Breach has been Mindbreak trap, and my hand is 0. I have no more further game actions that I can make. And I pass the turn, and I die the Rakdos way.
Sadly, this Wish Claw goes away. Don't draw any card. Pay 1 black, cast an Imp Seal.
Trigger.
You may draw. Yep, tutoring for a card. Tutoring for this card. And cast a Soldering. You may draw, Pontus. And after that, I'm gonna pay 20 life. Go down to 8.
So in response to your Necropon's triggers, to put those cards into your hand, I will exile this Elvish Spirit Guide, if I can find it in my hand. Give me a sec. There, for a green. I'll use that green to cast a Worldly Tutor. Worldly Tutor resolves. I will put the Grand Abolish on top of my library. Go ahead.
Yeah, then Necropotence trigger, and I get those 20 cards into my hand. This 7 and exile the rest.
Untap, upkeep, pay for Fish, because why not? Draw for turn. Land for turn is this Tundra. Tap 2, cast the Abolisher.
I would like to pay 1 life and cast a Force of Will. You may draw.
Abolish is countered. Cast a Mana Crypt. Cast this Kinnan. Cast this Moxamber.
Pass on Moxamber.
Birds for 2 black. Use one of them, cast this to reanimate, starting my Grand Abolisher.
Swan Song that. I will pay for a Ristic.
Okay, I draw a Fish. Reanimate is countered. I get a Swan. My black floating. Cast this, Culling the Weak, sacrificing Birds of Paradise. Make 4 black. Tap Talisman of Progress for 2 white, losing life. Cast this Silence.
You really want me to shut up, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, silence resolves.
Tap my Mana Crypt for 3 to cast this Basalt Monolith. Yeah, let's go. This is where you add the Deja Vu soundtrack. Deja Vu, I've been in this place before. No. you know what? I scooped. That was too cringe. No. Yeah, but once I have established infinite colorless mana, I would like to tap these, float a green and a blue, cast my Thrasios, then draw my deck, and cast a Thassa's Oracle. Thassa's Oracle wins. Good game.